How we doing today, guys? Sam back with this week's how-to video for you guys. In preparation for the big spring season coming up, I'm going to show you guys how to put together a simple umbrella rig. As far as materials you're going to need your bar. You're going to need some teaser shads. Typically, we're going to use a 6-inch, especially in the spring and fall months. And then we're going to need some safety snaps. Here's just some from Eagle Claw. They're super cheap. You can get a pack of 12 of them, pretty affordable. You're going to need a hook bait. Typically, we're going to use a 9-inch bait, especially in the spring for those bigger migratory fish. A stinger hook. This is either a 9 or a 10-aught here. And then we're going to need a parachute. And then you're going to want one quality coast lock snap. And that's important to make sure our hook bait is attached really well. So you don't have to crimp this. If you want to use 60-pound mono and tie this, you certainly can. But crimping is just nice. You do it once, you really don't have to do it for a couple of years, especially in the bay. So we're going to use some 80-pound mono. You can certainly go up and use 100 if you want to, but 80 is just fine for us. A couple of crimps that fit that, and then a pair of crimpers. If you want to skip a lot of those steps, we do have a pre-made hook bait leader here for you guys. And this just has a crimp, so just attach that like that. So as far as rigging the teaser shads go, we're just going to take our safety snap and go about a 1/4 inch into the plastic, pull it out through the top side, and go ahead and snap that shut. And then you can go ahead and throw these onto the bar. Close it up. And then we'll go ahead and get our hook bait rigged. So we just have a small 3-ounce Addiction Tandem here, which there's better ways to get that off of there. Go ahead and pull our hair out. And as far as rigging your shad here, this is kind of an important part. You want to make sure everything's nice and straight. So I'm going to put the head of the shad right up to the butt of the lead there. And I'm going to make a little indentation here with my fingers. I'm going to go about a 1/4 inch down from that so give room for the hook eye. And I'm going to go in here and I'm just going to run this straight as I can down the center. You can usually follow the seam line on the shad. And once you get it about halfway up the bend of the hook, you can usually go ahead and pull that out. Push that all the way through and get it nice and straight. And there you go, a nice straight inline following that seam there. And then just go ahead and thread your hook on like you would any other soft plastic. It'll be a little tough. There's big barbs on these hooks. You thread that on there like that. And there you go. There's your 9-inch shad with a teaser rig. So as far as the leader goes, you can make this anywhere from 12 inches to 24 inches. We typically go right in the middle at 18 here. Go ahead and do that. And then we will take our small swivel here, thread that through one end of the 2-sleeve copper crimp, slide on our coast lock, go ahead and fold that over, and definitely not a necessity, but if you want to, you can burn a little bubble here on the end to really make sure that's not going to slide through on you. Go ahead and fix it so there's no tag end, so you don't have to trim any tag end. And about an 1/8 inch or 1/4 inch loop. You don't want to go too tight or you can actually have that break. And this is a really important step. So if you can see there on the crimp, I have even pressure on each of this coming out of the sides. That's important to make sure that you don't clamp the ends of the mono. So there's that twist in here. If you had it clamped on both ends, it would cut that. So you want to make sure you have a flare on each end. Go through the crimp as center as you can. And there you go. And that's a sleeve fixed on there for you. And we're just going to take the other sleeve here. We're going to attach that right to the hook eye on our umbrella here. Same thing. I'm not going to burn this one just for video purposes. Like that. Do the same thing. This side's a little tougher because your hands are kind of focused on holding that hair back. But there you go. And you just go ahead and attach the center of your coast lock right to the bar. You have an umbrella rig all put together with an 18-inch leader ready for your spring season. So if you don't want to do this hassle, we certainly have them rigged up in all different sizes. This one in particular is going to be $34.99, but we have them a little bit more affordable with some smaller baits. And if you really want to go big, we have the full 12-inch spread. So come on in and check it out. Thanks, guys.